Hey guys, my iMovie just did something very weird, but I'm coming to you guys as promised with a story about my acne journey, my acne story. I'm gonna give you guys a hair update in a separate video because I just want to really focus on this. So I'm gonna try to project my voice because I've been getting some complaints about not speaking loud enough. So hopefully you guys are hearing me clearly and I speak clear enough. My acne story started around the age of about 14, 15 when I fell into a major depression. Like I began to suffer from severe depression, and for me, I wasn't going to cut because I've had experiences with it from before. So I knew I wasn't going to cut. And so because of all of the stress, I started to break out from time to time. But to make matters worse, what I resulted in doing, instead of cutting, and one of my coping mechanisms with depression, I had a lot of self-injuring tendencies. And so one of the things that I would do is I would pick at my face a lot. Kind of did it in a form of rebellion as well, because I noticed, like, once I started, that a lot of people wanted to like question me and like wanted to know, what was going on with me and my face and all this. And so I was kind of like, I don't care what anyone thinks. I'm gonna keep doing it. People would come to me randomly and start giving me cures for how to remove blackheads and just how to get rid of the acne and all this stuff. And it was kind of different because, both my older siblings have great skin and both of my parents have great skin. So it was like, where was I coming from with this horrible skin thing? And so I just kept picking at it as a way for me to control something in my life, I guess. And later on, when I started to find better ways to deal with my depression, I still had some self-injuring tendencies, but I tried to stop with my face, at least, because it started to get really bad and it was really intense. And then the attention that I was drawing started to kind of get to me, honestly. And so I started to try several different products. First, I don't remember what was the first thing I started. I want to say it was Proactive, but I'm not sure. So I started with Proactive. And it worked at first, but I wasn't very consistent. Then I realized that I was starting to develop an allergy to it because the products were really strong. And there was a certain ingredient in it that I later found out from my physician at the time that I was allergic to that specific ingredient. I don't exactly remember what it was. I think it's glycerin or glycerol, one or the other. So I was allergic to it, so I had to discontinue using Proactive. And then, like I said, a lot of people would give me so many different suggestions on what I should do. So I used a whole bunch of other different things. Then my sister recommended, she actually bought this product for me. It was called Topi Clear. I think she bought the soap and the cream. After washing my face with the soap and applying the cream the first day, I remember laying in my bed and I just felt like this very tingling, itchy feeling. And usually when you apply a toner, you kind of get a little, sometimes you feel a little bit of irritation, but it usually wears off after a while. And so realized that, you know, irritation wasn't wearing off after a while, and it was getting worse and worse. And then like I started to feel my face, and I realized my face was swollen, and basically the product burned all of here, all over my chin. It burned most of my forehead. I had to go to the to fall asleep that night. I had to apply slices of cold cucumbers to my face and leave them on my face. I had to wash my face several times with cold water, apply cucumbers to my face until I can go to the doctor in the morning. Drank a lot of water. Then I had to take a Benadryl just to stop itching my face because the burning was really bad. Like, it was really bad. I had like patches, and it was red, and my face was swollen, and it was great. Like, I've had so many different crazy experiences with my acne. And so next day I went to the doctor, and he gave me this cream to sort of try and heal the burns, whatever. It cleared up my cheeks for the most part, and some of the burns that were around my forehead, a little bit on my chin, but not so much. But eventually I was just like, you know what, I give up. Like, I'm not gonna use anything. I just gonna use regular soap. I tried then I tried Ambi, and that sort of worked a little bit. I think I went back to Proactive again, and I had already developed an allergy to it because I thought that it would be different, and I would be more consistent, so it would be better, but it didn't work. It was still forming, like I was really allergic to it. Then I used black soap, and that worked a little bit, but not as much. And finally, freshman year of college, I decided that mid-semester, I just really decided, I remember taking a bunch of pictures, and I just really became really insecure about looking at my face one day, and I was just like, okay. So I tried makeup for that time, and then after that, like, I just kept using it afterwards, and it just became not so much an addiction but a habit, to the point where I was so insecure where I couldn't leave my house without having makeup on. And if I did, one day I remember going to school, and I had to, like, I couldn't go back home. I didn't realize I didn't have it on, and I couldn't go back home. So I wound up buying like a really cheap foundation to cover up my scars and whatnot, and I try to change my hair and stuff just to cover up, but it was a hot mess. But yeah. So then I stopped using foundation and started using concealer. Then more recently I've tried I transferred to another school. I go to school in Alabama now, and the water there it's pretty rough, especially on your skin and your hair. So I was kind of grateful that I had locks, so my hair was fine, but my face, it was like, no, please, like this, it was already, something I was not trying to get messed up even more. But what that water did for me is really mostly just breakouts on my cheeks. I never used to break out on my cheeks and like under my chin until like I started washing my face with the water in Alabama. So when I go back to school this fall, I'm gonna try to use like water from my Brita to wash my face with or whatever, because yeah, I've never had breakouts on my cheek area. It was always just my forehead and my chin area. My cheeks were never a problem until I started going to school in Alabama. But right now I'm trying to stop wearing makeup completely, like, and just so that it's just something optional and like something I don't feel like I need to do. I'm sorry, my shoulder was hurting or whatever. But yeah, so I've been using, right now what I use is I was using Ambi's Fade, some moisturizer by Ambi. I felt like it was sort of working, but just very slowly, and I'm kind of looking for a more faster solution. Then I started buying this Trader Joe's, these facial pads. They they're made with tea tree oil, and I want to say salicylic acid, but I'm not sure. But I just bought the face wash to that, so I use the face wash now, and then I apply the pads as a toner. And then as for moisturizing, I use vitamin E oil with a little bit of almond oil, and sometimes I use the Ambi spot cream. I think so, yeah, sometimes. But I'm sorry, needless to say, I feel like my skin has gotten a lot better. Right here, my forehead area, believe it or not, used to be way darker, and all of the dark spots used to be more intense. I recently cut my nails down really short because as another way to prevent my acne worsening, because from time to time it had become such a habit of me picking at my face from when I used to be depressed, that I wouldn't even notice that I was picking at my face. Like, I would just have my hands in my face from time to time, and like some of my close friends would be like, "Chris, what are you doing?" I'd be like, "Oh, like, I didn't realize," or whatever. And so this is one of my solutions to try and prevent it from worsening. Oh, this is just I just put like all my top favorite 5 nail polish colors on, whatever. But yeah, and I'm going to try to be a little bit more I am very consistent so far. I'm trying to change my diet as well, drinking a lot more water, and also almond milk. Almonds are really good for the skin, so I like to eat almonds from time to time as a snack. I'm not a milk person, so drinking almond milk was a little hard for me. But I started buying Almond Breeze vanilla, not the unsweetened one. That one tastes horrible, but like, it's just the vanilla flavored one. So I drink that from time to time. I don't eat cereal with milk, so I'll drink the milk and I'll eat cereal, like, separately or whatever. I cannot eat them together. But yeah, and what else? Drink water, try facial mask from time to time, wear less makeup. Those are all the solutions and all the things that I'm trying to do to improve my skin. I don't know if anyone else has any other suggestions for me or whatever. I'm pretty open to suggestions, and I'm pretty willing to, try whatever. Except a long time ago, when it was much worse, I wanted to try surgeries and like get like laser surgery and whatnot, and what is it called, microdermabrasion or something like that. But I read a lot of negative comments about that, so I was like, no. I was considering going back to Proactive. I'm still considering it because I heard that the dermatologist admitted that their first formula, when it had first initially came out, which is around the time that I tried it, it was strong, and it was really, it was a little too strong. And so I might try this new formula that they have, but I'm really afraid with because I have very sensitive skin, so natural stuff worked better for me. So I'm a little bit afraid with trying it again because I really don't want to damage the improvements that I already have. So let me know what you guys think, and thanks for all of the encouragement about not wearing makeup. Honestly, it's going to be a very big struggle. It's not something I can just put down one day. When I do wear makeup, I used to apply, not a lot, but I used to apply a good amount, a very, very generous amount. Now I only use like a very thin layer. Like mostly I will put what's left on my brush, my makeup brush, on my chin area. So like I wouldn't reapply anything like to my brush. And then I would like kind of I can't explain it, but it's not a lot, I promise that. Yeah, and I don't apply anything to my cheeks because I really want my cheeks to get better, because that was like the clearest part of my face, and the texture of my cheeks to the rest of my face is a big difference. So that's it. That's my acne story. You guys also got to learn a little bit about me and a little bit about my testimony, which includes suffering from depression. Eventually, I do plan to elaborate more on that. I pray that all of you guys are blessed and have a great night. God bless.